I don't know if I have any more confidence in Draymond than I did before he got suspended. That he knows he needs to change, but you can't change the spots on a leopard. Sounds like Draymond's going to be Draymond. And if it happens, it happens. I only know one way to play. And, I still go back to the Warriors. They've enabled him up to this point. When something happens, you knock out a teammate, you get suspended during the NBA Finals. Like, there's just, there's a lot of things that you kind of throw into this with Draymond Green. We've said before, he's a wonderful player. At least he used to be. But, the sliding scale of I'm going to let you get away with this because you're really good, that's starting to level out here and maybe go in the other direction. Because if you give me 9 points and 7 rebounds and 6 assists, but you do stupid things, then you're not the same value to us as you used to be. And they're on the hook for $75 million. I mean, they need to help him help himself just so they can get their money out of this. Because do I think he'll be suspended again? I do. I don't think he can help himself. Plus, I think he loves being in the spotlight. Considering that he is a really good player, but he plays on the team with maybe the most popular player in the sport, and sometimes you're looking for a little bit of that spotlight. You're looking a little bit of recognition. Hey, I want something for my podcast here. And for a guy who does, Dennis Rodman was brilliant at doing this, but he was not dirty in the with the same intent that Draymond is. Dennis would just be a nuisance. And there was a purpose behind that. And he understood the game. And just like Draymond, very smart player. But Draymond is not smart enough to stop at a certain point where you're just a nuisance. Instead, he can't be controlled enough. And that's really the problem here. It's just a matter of if, not when. And the fact that he wanted us to believe that he nearly retired and it took Adam Silver to talk him out of retirement, I don't buy that at all. I think it's just a way of saying, hey, Commissioner, I'm listening to you. I heard everything you said, and I hope you take some leniency on me the next time around, that I am trying. And maybe he is trying. But that doesn't exonerate him from stupid things that he's done. How many guys kick guys in the groin? How many guys punch guys in the face? And this is multiple times. Not many guys. So that's where you look at this and you go, that's the aberration here. And maybe he should have taken the rest of the year off. Like, if he's truly has good intentions of getting better, then get away from the game and get better. But where he is now, where the Warriors are now, the risk and the reward with Draymond is just not worth it. But you signed him up for 3 more years unless somebody wants to take him off your hands. Yeah, Paul.
I actually feel pretty good about what he said, where it translates on the court. That's the big thing, because I love 80% of his game, and I always have. And it's just that 20% of lack of control that's self-defeating. I think what's big here is going forward, will other guys try to bait him now? Bait him more than they have in the past. If I'm Rudy Gobert, great. I'm going to try to get this guy, because everyone's going to look for Draymond to respond. Talk, elbows. I think a lot more people are going to try to bait him going forward.
Sure. He's just not the same player. Obviously not the same player. His value is not the same. How many times have you said, boy, did you see Draymond last night? Unless it has something to do with doing something stupid. Now, granted, his game doesn't call for, I'm going to make the highlights, but he is a guy that if you watch the game, an entire game, then you understand his value to that team, or at least what it used to be. Now, not the same value. He's not the same player, and you can feel sometimes that he seems to be a little bit more, and desperate's not a fair word to him, but he knows that he's going up against guys that it used to be he could hold his own with them. And he just can't do that on a nightly basis anymore. So as he moves forward, and he needs to change, but you can't change the spots on a leopard. So good luck, Golden State. You're going to need it. Yes, Marvin.
it's like the kid that you never disciplined, and now they're 13, 14 years old. Hey, Draymond, we're going to start disciplining you. Shut up. You didn't do it when I was a kid. It's too late now.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like, hey, no more junk food. Wait, I've been having junk food for a decade now. Nope, you're not allowed to have any of that anymore. No, well, we'll see. You gave him a timeout, but that timeout doesn't work. Going to come down and probably be the same guy. Yes, Eden.
It's funny that the easiest comparison we can make to this grown-ass man is a child eating candy.
877-3DP Show. Email address dp@danpatrick.com. Twitter handle at DP Show. So, Draymond Green, poll question for the first hour. Okay.
Could be.
Okay,
we can
else?
Pivot to the NFL if you'd like.
Okay, we're going to pivot.
How about the Titans firing Mike Vrabel is or was a massive mistake, solid move, baffling, or it makes sense?
Well, I would say baffling because it feels like if you're Tennessee and now you have a coaching search, aren't you looking for Mike Vrabel? All of these teams are going to be interested in Mike Vrabel. But when he got fired, it was like, wait a minute, what just happened? It changed everything, I think, for some of these teams where you go, well, hold on here. Do we want to keep our coach in Chicago, Matt Eberflus? Is Mike Vrabel going to be the guy that we would consider there? The Patriots, of course, when Vrabel went back and he got inducted into their Ring of Honor and he got his sport coat there, Patriot sport coat. I mean, he said a lot of great things about that organization. And it was one of those where I kind of did a freeze frame of that he looked like he belonged there. And this is long before we thought that Tennessee would fire him. But, it kind of started, kind of lit the match where you go, okay, maybe if Belichick doesn't come back, Vrabel certainly knows the organization, respects the organization, played in the organization, and the Patriot way and all of that. And that's the first thing I thought of. And I wonder what Robert Kraft thought. I wonder when that came across his desk, did he go, we need to get Bill in here by the end of the week. We need to talk to Coach Belichick. And I even saw Vegas odds where the second best odds for Bill Belichick, his team, you guys want to guess the second best odds? I'm not sure. The Chargers might be the number one team I saw with odds. I don't know if DraftKings has odds, but I think there were odds in Vegas of the best place for him to land. Paulie?
Oh, I thought this was a trick question. It was the Patriots.
It is.
Oh.
It is.
Really?
Second best odds right now, or Belichick stays with the Patriots. Yes, Eden.
And the first best are that he leaves for the Chargers.
Yeah, I think so. Now, I was told that even those around him don't know what Bill's going to do. Somebody who knows, somebody in his inner circle said that to me yesterday. His friends don't know what he's going to do, but he thought that staying on the East Coast made the most sense for Belichick. And Washington, D.C., with Annapolis and ties to the Naval Academy, that might make more sense. Yes, Eden.
I was just going to say, he doesn't strike me as a fella at a point in life that feels like picking up and moving all the way across country.
But I would for Justin Herbert.
You would?
Yeah, I think so. It's like when you have that long-distance relationship and you go, God, I want to go cross-country, and then, okay, I'll go cross-country. You go, no, I'm going to stay here. I'm good. Feels like that's a cross-country worthy quarterback.